Is the dollar truly going to collapse? Now, this is not about fear. This is about financial education. As an American, you should be educating yourself on what is actually happening with the economy. Who gives a shit what's going on with these stars? Who cares what's going on with these famous people? We need to start to understand, not understand at a deep level, what is actually happening with our economy. And as you look this way, they're playing out a whole nother narrative going on this way. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how BRICS is working to completely detach from the dollar. Now, do I think the dollar is going to come collapsing down? Absolutely not. But I do think you need to educate yourself, and inaction is action. This is the most critical time in our living history for you to take action to protect your family's wealth, to protect your family's health, and most of all, it's time to rebuild your relationship with God. So my name is Coach JV. What I work to do is I work to make complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple. Now we get thousands of questions a week, so we created 2 free resources. Number 1 is the Warrior's Financial Guide to Freedom. It's the exact blueprint that I use to go from completely broke to financial freedom, understanding how money flows through the system and all about diversification. So this is a free guide. In the description of this video or in my social media platform, click the link. You can download the free guide. Number 2 is I show people how I secure, compound, and grow my wealth with Index Universal Life, the infinity banking concept, securing my wealth with Tier 1 capital, which is insurance. There's many different options as well, not just IUL. There's annuities. So if you're in cryptocurrency and you get a big amount of money, how do you secure this wealth and how do you make sure that you're taken care of for a lifetime? So there's another link for a free consultation with my licensed insurance agents in all 50 states, and we're expanding into Canada in the next 60 days. So I have my own insurance company, and I'm helping you to have a conversation so you can feel safe. So those are 2 free resources I have for you guys. Just to let you know, you want to get your appointment in very soon. In about 14 days, I'll be shutting appointments down for 2 weeks as we handle the volume that's coming in. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to shut it down. So if you really want to get an appointment in the next 2 weeks will be the best thing, because I'm shutting it down for 2 weeks. We have so much volume coming in. I want my team to take a deep breath. We want to make sure we spend quality time with each client that's coming in. So if you really want to get your appointment in and get the process started, the next 2 weeks will be very critical for you to book that appointment. So we're going to dive into this. So what I'm about to share with you guys is I want you to take a deep breath. I have zero fear of any of this. The reason why is I'm the richest man in the world, the wealthiest man in the world. It's my relationship with God and following the life of Jesus. And I know that we win in the end. So I want to make that very, very clear. There is nothing to fear, guys. This is a narrative that's played itself out over and over and over again. Every superpower at some point loses its power. But the whole thing you need to learn is that the power is from within. That's what Jesus was teaching, that you're powerful, that you're strong. Nobody has sovereignty over you. So as we go through this, take this as financial education and not fear. But inaction is action. Don't sit back and wait for a savior to come save you. Don't wait for a president to come save you. Take action now. Create a budget, create family structure, build a relationship with your higher source, family, community, God, budgeting, investing, taking control of your wealth, and watch what happens with your life in the next 12 months. So what I'm going to show you is a video that I showed a while ago, almost 6 months ago. So this is from Kenya. And then you're going to see another thing from Kenya where they are really pushing hard against the West, guys. And then I'm going to show you how Iraq now is expressing interest in joining BRICS. Now, that was a big move, guys. BRICS expanded big time. It's Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. They expanded big time just recently. Now, Iraq is working to join, but I want to show you the narrative of what is actually happening, people. They are detaching from the West. They don't want anything to do with us anymore. They consider us a bully. So this is a video I showed 6 months ago. I'm going to show you another video that surfaced pretty recently, and it's getting pretty intense out there. So pay attention.
For the people who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you surely might go into losses. You better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so this market's going to be different in a couple of weeks. Everything is changing. As you're looking this way, do not think for 1 minute that this thing going on, and again, my heart goes out to all the families, this war going on and this battle in between How do you tap into the souls of people? You mess with their religion, you mess with their beliefs. There is so much distraction in this, guys. As you look this way, BlackRock, JP Morgan is running tokenized assets. They are building the new financial system, guys. Problem, reaction, solution. Okay, so this video, when did this one come out? I want to make sure that I give you guys the proper date here. So this one came out 2 months ago. Okay, so this is from EFF leader Julius Malina, has reiterated his stance that the party stands with Russia President Vladimir Putin. This comes as more than 50 countries, many of which come from the West, continue with their efforts to help Ukraine. Russia troops invaded Ukraine, and they talk about the fact that Malina says BRICS countries must not be bullied by the West countries. So they are done with the West bullying them. So listen to what he says.
We want to make a call in Kenya, especially to Comrade Raila Odinga. Stop doing what you are doing. Do not disrupt Kenya. We need peace in Kenya. The President, William Ruto, was democratically elected in Kenya. I will not allow you to use the people of Kenya to destabilize the peace of Kenya. We say to President Mnangagwa, stop disrupting the peace of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is going to election. Allow the Zimbabweans to make their choice in a democratic manner without any form of intimidation. Comrades, we want peace in Ethiopia. We want peace in the DRC. Comrades, we want to make sure that BRICS is strengthened, and BRICS is an alternative to Europe and America. We are with President Putin, and we want to say to President Putin, it is not us South Africans who refused you from coming into the country. It is Ramaphosa, the coward Ramaphosa, who could not guarantee that we will not arrest Putin. We are Putin, and Putin is us, and we will never support imperialism against President Putin.
I see that EFF is growing.
Intense stuff, guys. This is heating up. This was 2 months ago, and now we have the Israel conflict going on right now, guys. I told you guys we're going into World War III. This is coming. If you follow Ray Dalio's Changing World Order, it's to the T. Okay, so this was August 24, 2023. BRICS welcome new members in push to reshuffle the new world order. And then this came out yesterday, I believe. Yes, October, 2 days ago. Iraq expressed interest. This is from Iraqi News. Iraq expressed interest in joining BRICS. And then this right here, this came out October 10th. Global central banks are hoarding gold like never before as they seek to reduce overconcentration of dollar reserves. Okay, so what do we do with this information, right? What we can't do is we can't do the same thing and expect a different result, right? We have to start to financially educate ourselves. The whole model of going into a bank and trusting a financial advisor and I'm not saying financial advisors are bad. They're doing the best they can with the resources they have. What I'm saying is it's about understanding how the financial system actually works. How does the banking system work? You know, what are these speculative asset cryptocurrency? And why do they push so hard against it? Every time they tell you to look this way, they're switching everything over this way. And I do what's called the opposite of the 99%. So as everybody's panicking and pushing against speculative assets like crypto, I do my research. I have a whole research team. I dive into it. I make good, solid investments. I don't invest more than I can afford to lose. Once I get gain, I pull my initial investment right away. As you're coming in next year, I'm selling profits. I secure an insurance, business, precious metals, and now we're going into real estate, and we put a bunch of money into self-development. I'm going to continue to tell you the same plan. That's why I wrote the guide for you guys. It's my exact blueprint on what I do. But the key to this, family, is we have to get back. And I'm boldly going to say this, and I'm going to stand. That's why I created my own ecosystem, because what do they tell you in corporate America? Two things you don't talk about. I was at the bank: politics and religion. Well, welcome to the world that you live in. Okay. I don't have a side. God is my president and CEO. Jesus told me I've already been saved. No savior is coming back to save you. He gives you all the tools and resources to think differently, to act differently, and to respond differently. But if you're continuing to wait for somebody to come back to save you, you're going to be in the same position. It's the devil's trick on humanity. When they asked Jesus, who is the prince of the earth, he said the devil. So why would you play the devil's game? If you look back in Ray Dalio's Changing World Order the last 500 years, this has happened over and over again. Think about Jesus's times. What were they doing? He flipped over the money changers, guys. He wasn't a religion. He went from village to village to village. He was coming to us broken people, right? The 1% would be the Pharisees. It would be Herod. It'd be Pontius Pilate, right? They were all sitting in their high towers, controlling the people. People were sitting in big tax collector lines and all that stuff. And Jesus is like, I'm going from village to village. Us, right? The YouTubers, the decentralized people. It's the same timeline, guys. It's happening over and over again. And we're heading into what's called the age of Aquarius, which is quantum. We're going from industrial to technical, okay, Web 2.0 to Web 3.0 to connectivity. I believe in the next 10 years, we're going to have peace and prosperity. I believe truly in my heart that we win in the end. So I'm acting as if. I'm not sharing this stuff with you guys to create fear. I'm sharing this with you to create financial education so you can end up in a different situation. But the fact is, if you don't rewire the foundation, your family's going to be in the exact same situation. It doesn't matter how much money you make in crypto. It doesn't matter how rich you get in crypto. If you have the same foundation, you're going to end up in the exact same situation. As my CFO always says, if you have $100,000 and you have poor spending habits and bad habits, if you have $1 million, they're only going to be worse. You're just going to have $1 million in bills. So understand how the system works. Understand Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. Understand how to stop trading time for money and use money to free up time. And the key is to be paid to be you. That's the ecosystem we're heading into. So I hope this information reaches you well. Again, this is not fear, guys. If you made it this far, this is about action. You have the power to change your family's life. The question is, are you going to do it? Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Love you guys.